Let us see announcement functionality. While internal users can make use of announcement functionality to send any circular or any of the information to all the vendors or some specific vendors. For that, vendors have to click on this announcement icon. Once they click, they will be able to see this particular page. In this page, with the use of this new announcement button, they can create a new announcement which they can send to few of the specific vendors or all of the vendors of the audit. Also, in this same page, they will be able to see a table of all the previous announcement those have been created. So here you can see all the active announcement as well as expired announcement also. So when you click on this view announcement detail icon, so you will be able to see the detailed information of the announcement what was made earlier. Here you will see creation date and expiry date. So once this expiry date exceeds, this announcement will get expired. Here you will also be able to see to what all vendors you have sent this particular announcement, whether you have sent this to all of the vendors or few of the specific vendors. Then click on this back arrow to go back. Let us see how to create a new announcement. So you have to click on new announcement button. Here you have to fill all the mandatory information. First of all, you have to enter the title. Here you have to mention the expiry date, the date till which vendors can see this information. You have to mention the detailed description here. So here you can enter the description and you can select the vendors. So you can use select all functionality to select all the vendors if you want to send the information to all of the vendors. If not, so you can select a specific vendor from here, from the table. Also, you can search for a specific vendor with vendor number, supplier name and vendor region. You can search it, then you can select that particular vendor, and after selecting, you have to click on submit. Also, we have given this optional field where you can attach a document if you want to send any document also to the vendors with respect to that particular announcement. So here you can add 10 MB document, like the maximum size is 10 MB, and these are the allowed formats in which you can attach any document if you want to attach. So for that you have to click on upload and you have to select a particular item. So see, I have uploaded 10 MB, so it is giving a error message that it should not exceed more than 10 MB. So you have to make sure that document size should not exceed more than 10 MB. So you have to select the document and you can click on submit. Once you click on submit, so announcement will be sent to the vendors. So whatever vendors you have selected, this announcement will go to those vendors only, and these vendors will receive one email also. So based on that email, they can log in onto the vendor portal and see the announcement. So let's click on submit. Once we click on submit, this success message will appear and you can see into the table also the entry has been updated that this announcement you have already sent to this particular vendor. So this is how announcement functionality works. Let us see query management functionality. While internal users can communicate with vendors if they have any query with them regarding their orders, their material, regarding their payments, or any of the other queries, so they can directly communicate with the use of this query management facility. So let us see how it works. The users have to click on query management. Once they click, they will be able to see one button, raise new query. With the use of this raise new query, they can create a new query for any of the vendor with whom they wanted to coordinate or communicate for any of the query. Also, they will be able to see this table where all the previously generated queries will be shown here. So they can use this particular query and check the reference data. Here in this table, if you can see, they will be able to see the query number what has been generated once they created the query. What is the title? If the query is regarding invoice number, so invoice number will show here. It will show assigned to team, to which team this has been assigned, whether this query is pending with supplier, whether when supplier has responded or not, or whether this query is pending with oil team. So this query management facility will be used by the finance and materials team of the oil. Here you will see priority also, high, medium and low, the category, vendor's name and code. You can see the status, whether the query is open, whether the query is closed, or whether we have received the response from the vendor or not. You will see the name of the creator, the date, and you will see here the reply button and the forward button also. So we'll see each and every feature. So first of all, let's create one of the query. So you have to click on raise new query. Once you click, one form will appear. In this form, you have to enter all the mandatory information. So you have to select the vendor with whom you want to communicate. You have the query. So you have to select that particular vendor. Then you have to select the group, whether it is of materials, finance or ERP. So let's select finance. Then you have to select the location, whether it is Duliajan or Bangalore. So let's keep it Duliajan only. You have to enter the category. You can also select the priority, whether the query is low, medium or high. If there is any order number, so you can maintain the reference order number here. If this is regarding any of the invoice, so you can maintain the invoice number as well. This additional email ID feature we have given, where you can add 2 more email IDs which will receive the information regarding this particular query. You have to add the title. If you want to add something in details, so you can add it here. And after that, this field is optional. You can attach the documents if you want to attach some of the documents which you want to send to the vendors referencing this particular query. Here you can attach 4 supporting documents. Each of the supporting document will have the maximum 30 MB size, and these are the allowed formats in which you can upload the supporting document or any of the attachment if you want to add. So you can click on upload and you can attach the particular document. Once you attach the document, you have to click on raise. As soon as you will click on raise, it will ask for the confirmation. So you have to confirm it, and after confirmation this query will get created. So this is how this query will generate, and the success message will appear as query initiated with query ID number this. So you can search that particular query ID here also. See if you can see the information has already been updated into the table. So priority is high. This is regarding payment and has been sent to this particular vendor, and the status is open. So as you have created this query, so status will remain open. So now vendor will receive an email and he will respond accordingly. Once vendor will respond for the query, the status you will receive as response received, and you will also receive an email that vendor has replied. So once you receive the response, if you want to communicate more, if you have not received the answer from the vendor, so you can again use this reply button to reply to the vendor. Also, you can click on this particular query number and you can open the query details. Here you will be able to see the details when this query has been created, for which vendor this has been created, what is the status and what was the description. You will also see the history. Here what all communication you have done with the vendor, all the history will show here. So you can check the history as well. And if you can see here, you can make use of this reply query button to reply to the vendor. So here you can click on reply. You can add your comments. If you want to upload anything, you can upload from here, and you have to click on reply to send the reply to the vendor. You will receive this message as reply sent, and you will receive an email also regarding the response. If you want to close any of the query, so you can close that query as well. Once you receive the response from the vendor, you can close it. Also, if this particular query is not meant for this particular department, so you can forward it to some another department also with the use of this forward button. So you have to click on this forward button. You have to select the team to whom you want to send it. You have to select the location, enter your comment. If there is any attachment you want to attach, you can upload here, and you have to click on forward to forward this query to that particular department. This is how you can forward the queries to the particular department. And if you want to close any of the query, so you can go inside this query. If you have received the response, this one is already closed one, so you can close the query as well. So let us see how to close it. So once you receive the response, you have to click onto the query number, and with the use of this close query button, you can enter your comments, and you can click on confirm to close the query, and a success message will appear that query has been closed, and vendor will receive an email that query has been closed, the issue has been resolved, and status will get changed to closed. So this is how the complete query management functionality will work, and you can communicate with the vendor. You can forward the query to the other department. You can reply to the vendor, and you can